The Samsung Galaxy A53 has just been officially launched by Samsung and I kinda just got my hands on it. What's up guys, name is Easy. Now let's get started. So this is the just released Samsung Galaxy A53. Funny enough, it's already in the market and I just got mine and decided to do a quick video. It is currently retailing in Nigeria for 223,000 naira. Quite pricey if you ask me. Costs way more than the Redmi Note 11 Pro. It's probably a much better device, but we'll find out eventually. That price gets you the base model with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, which is thankfully expandable. The rumors are actually true about Samsung reducing the features of the A series. First off, you can see the box is really slim and that can only mean one thing. Yep, no charger in the box, just the SIM ejector tool and a USB cable. Not fair Samsung, not fair. For the A52 last year we got a charger, protective casing and even a pre-installed screen protector. Well, it is what it is. I got this lovely new color. I think they call this one Awesome Peach. There's about 3 other colors, black, white and blue. This is definitely my favorite. I must say, while on design it doesn't look very different from the A52, it actually looks pretty lovely. Design changes are minimal. First, on the camera bump, you'll notice it's now curved inwards on its edges. Looks clean. You get a similar matte finish from its predecessor, but this feels a bit different, just by a little. If you take a closer look in comparison with the A52, you'll notice the back stays flat to the frame, but on the A52 it is slightly elevated before the frame. Subtle but neat. The frame is glossy and shiny, it hosts all ports and buttons, and still on reduced features, the headphone jack is gone. That's too bad, I don't think anyone will appreciate that. The SIM slot has moved to the bottom frame, leaving the left frame bland. It's a dual hybrid SIM slot which accepts either dual SIM cards or one SIM card and a micro SD card. Also, another subtle change from the A52, you'll notice the bottom speaker grill has more holes on the A53. Its overall size and display is pretty much the same as the A52. The display bezels are similar. Not to dwell on its already familiar design, the Samsung Galaxy A53 comes powered by a Samsung Exynos processor. I think the Exynos 1280 is what Samsung calls it, or probably 1200. Regardless of what it is called though, benchmark scores are looking pretty good, especially on Geekbench. The last mid-range device I handled that gave these high scores on Geekbench was powered by the Dimensity 900, which is a pretty solid chipset. And those scores are also looking much better than its predecessor. If I were to go by benchmark scores alone, this looks like a very good upgrade from the A52 and also better than the Redmi Note 11 Pro, in benchmark scores at least. This time the A53 supports 5G, doesn't seem like there's a separate 4G variant. Looking at other specifications, the Samsung Galaxy A53 has a 120Hz high refresh rate Super AMOLED display, which is a good upgrade from the 90Hz display on the A52. It is not LTPO, so you are either on 60 or 120Hz, not like LTPO was expected for this price point. It remains that gorgeous Super AMOLED display we've come to expect from Samsung, and it is protected with Gorilla Glass 5. The fingerprint scanner on the A53 remains in the same position on the display. There's still that slight delay to unlock, but it works just fine. We still get the IP67 water and dust resistance rating, so no worries if you accidentally drop this in water. The Samsung Galaxy A53 comes loaded with the latest Android version 12 and One UI 4.1, and it looks like this will get 4 years of OS upgrades as promised by Samsung. That's very much welcome. We get 5000 mAh battery on the A53, an improvement from the 4500 we got on its predecessor. More time with this will definitely tell how optimized it actually is. It supports 25 watts charging, but you'll have to buy your own charger unless you already have one. The camera configuration of the A53 looks the same as the A52, doesn't look like there's any changes. It is still a 64 megapixel quad res setup with OIS and a 32 megapixel selfie camera. Rumors suggested 8K recording was coming to the A series, but we don't have that here. 4K 30fps is the maximum I can find in the camera settings. Since I've not spent much time with it, I only have a few picture samples. I'll say it looks great on all cameras, but I'll save the verdict on its camera quality for a proper review and possibly a comparison with the already great cameras on the A52. Okay, so this is a quick test of the selfie camera of the Samsung Galaxy A53. It's currently shooting 4K 30fps, that's the maximum it can go. In a proper review, we'll test it more and probably outdoors. You get the idea, more samples. Like I mentioned earlier, I just got my hands on the A53, so I've not spent enough time with it to properly test or give a verdict on its performance. Spending more time with this will definitely tell me how good or how stable it is, so you should definitely look forward to a more detailed review in about a week. If you got any questions or suggestions on what you'd like me to test for my full review, please leave a comment. I'll definitely respond. Do give this video a like if you found it helpful, and also consider subscribing to the channel. Peace.